Welcome, my crafty friends. This Craft Along With Me video offers you a new fun fold. Plus, be sure to watch all 4 steps because I'm going to show you how to turn a simple oval into a flower basket. You're going to start with an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and then you're going to cut it at 10 7/8 by 5.5. Next step, we're going to score it. We're going to score it at 3 5/8 and then scoot on up to 7 3/4. Now, if you need my cheat sheet, Dee Creates Crafts ruler, you let me know below and I will email this to you. It's got all the quirky measurements like 1/16 and 3/8 and all those just measurements that off the top of my head we may not be familiar with, and I'll gladly send that to you. 5 layers. I'm using the 2025 to 2027 In-Color 6x6 Designer Series paper. Cut these pieces, 5 layers, at 5 1/4 by 3 3/8. Are you beginning to see why you need my little cheat sheet? Then what I want you to cut is 1 layer of basic white at, guess what? 5 1/4 by 3 3/8. So that'll give you your 6 layers plus your base. All the supplies I'm using today can be found on my online store, and I'll put the link to that below. Are you ready for step 2? It is some assembly required. So let's take our card base. I've got my silicone craft mat, I've got my adhesive of choice, and we're just gonna adhere everything down. These 3, because I've used some of my paper, so I chose a different design, are going on the back. And these 3 are going on the front. So let's go ahead and adhere it down. You can use your tape runner, you can use your glue, totally up to you. All right, so we've got our front. It'll open like that. Let me look. Nope, it's gonna open like this. So you want your mountain fold to be on the top. And right now, the way I've got my Designer Series paper, it won't matter if I flip it this way or this way because of the way it's glued, because of the pattern. I know the mountain has to be on the top, and then when I fold it, the mountain will be on the left. I'm calling this a mountain because this is the valley. Now, this is how we'll decorate it, but you flip it over, and I've done this with our white so that we can write a little love note to our recipient. And here it is. I'm just gonna add this at the bottom of the white just to have a little strip of decoration to the back. I think it might be too much if we add some flowers, some of the die cut flowers, but that is totally up to you. If you are on my email list, you already have the measurements to craft along with me. Want to be one of the cool kids? Join my email list for next week's measurements. Now we're ready for step 3, just some cardstock and some die cuts. And I've thrown in an embossing folder just because we can. These are Impressions Abloom Dies. Look how pretty. You've got stems, you got all the dies, and here's the oval I was talking about. So I want to show you that. Here's the oval I have embossed. You'll need 2 of these all ovals if you're working with this same die set, and just put them in together, and then you're going to emboss. This one is a wood one, Timber 3D embossing folder. This is on sale for around $4 on the last chance section. So you've got your ovals, and you're gonna cut this in half. I think it's about 4, so you'll cut 2, but just hold it up to your measuring. Ultimately, you're gonna want 3 halves. So that's why I had you cut 2 and emboss it. This is how we're going to make our basket. This is a part of what I was telling you. You wanna watch all 4 steps. And this is just step 3. Now this part of the oval, yes, it cuts the inside, and then the outside's got this little guy. If you know what we would call this, please tell me below. I'm just calling it a little skinny thingy decoration because I don't know what else to call it. But then you're gonna cut it in half because this is gonna create our handle. Cute, right? So we're gonna adhere this flat. Let's start in the middle because we can. I'm a glue girl. Let me know below if you're a glue girl or if you are more of a stamp and seal girl. Now the handles, just be careful with your glue if you're not a glue person. What I do, and my granddaughter taught me this, is just do some dots. Less is more when you're working with glue. You think you need a whole bunch, more is better because it's going to stick, and the opposite is true. You want less because it will stick better. And don't feel rushed to stick it right down to your paper. If it's in your hands a few minutes and it has a few minutes to dry, do you know that's actually better? And it will adhere down, in my humble opinion, faster. So just eyeball these. It looks a little too much to the right, and it's sticking a little bit too much, and I'm just going to leave it because we can. That's one of my secrets to success I want to share with you, and it's going to give you confidence with your creativity, is if you make a mistake, keep going, keep plugging along, because we can fix it. And I've got to tell you, when you mail your cards, the recipients, they're not going to know what you wanted your card to look like. They're just going to see a pretty finished product. They're not going to think, well, should that handle have been higher or lower? Should it have been a little more to the left or a little more to the right? Nah. They just see a pretty card. One handle left. Be sure to subscribe now before we start this last step. I want you to be able to find me again. Step 4, we've created our basket, and now what we want to do is decorate. So how are you liking it so far? I'm going to drop all my little innards in there, all my secret stuff, all my fun stuff. I did go ahead and make 3 of each flower because we know when we decorate, whether it be your house or whether it be your cards, odd numbers are the secret to success. So I'm going to do 3 flowers. Do 1, 3, 5. Same thing with your bling. Same thing with everything. So the other thing I want to do to shake this up is I'm going to adhere a couple of them flat and then 1 elevated with some dimensionals. When in doubt, pop it out. So we're just going to pop it out with some dimensionals. So the red ones, they're not really red. These are the In-Colors. I forget the name of this pretty red one. I know the yellows, the Darling Duck, and we've got Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush. Oh, I'm so proud of myself for remembering. Are you proud of me for remembering? Oh my goodness. Doesn't that make you laugh? Who's with me? Raise your hand. If you like forget stuff and you're like, stuff you shouldn't be forgetting. Am I right? I know these names because they're really favorites. I love this little grouping of colors. I don't know what that is, but we're going to get rid of it. And let's get us some dimensionals for this last guy, our Darling Duck color. And I'm going to just kind of prop it up there in the air like I just don't care, next to and above, yet overlapping some of the other 2 flowers. Just cute. I want it to look like it's a bouquet. Somebody literally just sent a basket full of flowers to the recipient. Now there's room on the top if you want to add a banner for a sentiment, or if you want to stamp a sentiment, there is plenty of room. I'm not going to, because I really want to, I promised you no stamping, and I promised you die cuts only. No stamps, just paper. That's what I promised you. And that's what I wanted to stick to. So that's why I'm not adding a sentiment. I am adding just some twine. I did a double bow. And then I just took with the glue dot, just fold the glue dot in half with your Take-A-Pick, and it'll work for you. What? Now let's add some bling. You can mix up the colors, which is stinking fun. Fold this little beauty back, or stick to all the colors. Totally up to you. I'm gonna mix up my colors because I can, and I just thought it'd be cute and fun. Let's use one of these guys. And you can change colors. Yeah, I'm liking this. All right, these are the matchy also, the 2025, 2027 bling. So how gorgeous is this? And then the back side looks like this. So you can write your little love note, happy birthday. You could stamp a sentiment if you want. But I really promised you a card where you could make it and it's no stamping required. There you go. Here's a little different, same colors, but a little different designer series paper.